Tuesday. Took another loss. On this funded account, that makes 3 out of 4 trades I've taken a loss. So no, it's not feeling too hot right now. So, what happened? Well, same thing as always, and my idea was correct, but yet I took a loss. This didn't happen here. Show you what happened. Now, I took the trade on NQ firstly because oh shit, this Wi-Fi is going to be a problem. Alright, so on ES by 10 o'clock we were already like sitting down here. My draws were Asia low and London low. London low was already taken out in the morning around 8:30. Asia low was basically there. And we were already super low at 10 o'clock, so didn't take a trade there. Beautiful entries around 9:42, of course. And then... seriously? And then, once again, great entries, chopping around this 5-minute fair value gap here. And a little 1-minute inversion over here at 9:54. But as we know, I don't take trades before 10 o'clock, so I stared at that happening, and I didn't take it, even though I knew this is where I was going, and it looked like it was going that way, but I'm sticking to that 10 o'clock rule. I don't want to keep breaking that, so we're gonna keep doing it. Now, what did I end up taking? So now we're starting to go down. It's past 10 o'clock. There's a little 1-minute fair value gap. I'm like, okay, perfect. Let's see for a retracement. Great. It starts going up. It taps into this here, and then it goes down and it closes. Just... oh shit. I actually just noticed it didn't even close below. Shit! Ah, that's embarrassing. Okay, well, you know what? I thought it closed below by like just a little bit, and then this candle here, it started going red as it opened, so I took the trade. I just, again, very much only want my 3-to-1, so I was able to just target Asia high and then keep London high. I didn't really need it, and then I just brought this up as high as possible to get a 3-to-1. And that was about here. And then, yeah, I instantly got stopped out. Now looking at this, it didn't even close below. I kind of feel like an idiot, but it is what it is. I definitely should have entered here. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So, that's what happened. Fucking hell. Anywho, I'm starting to feel like I'm pushing for this, like, 3-to-1. I need this RR. Targeting my draw has to be this, has to be that, and I'm not doing it right. Yeah, I'm losing a lot, but every single day my idea is correct. Price goes where I want it to go, but more times than not, it'll just chop around, stop me out, wick me out, hit my stop loss by a little bit, and then eventually go down towards my take profit. I'm starting to think that's the case because I'm putting my stop loss above my confirmation. So, you know, if this closed below, which I thought it did, that would have been confirmation to enter the downside, which is what I look for as a confirmation. But this doesn't mean my short idea is wrong. It doesn't. So, even if, let's pretend this closed below, my stop loss shouldn't have been here. It realistically should have been here. This is where we create a new high and we're shifting momentum towards the upside and away from the shorts, right? So my idea is a short targeting this. If we get an inversion and we head to the upside with a break of structure to the upside, then my idea is wrong. Just because we went a little bit higher than my confirmation doesn't make my short idea wrong. And that's what I don't think I realize. And I always set these stop losses that are really tight, especially on a 1 minute fair value gap. Just like sticking it above it's just not a good idea. It just doesn't make sense. This is confirmation that we're going to continue to the downside. That doesn't mean price is just not going to chop around a little bit and then just go straight down. I need to be a little bit more conservative. I need to be putting my stop loss where my idea in general becomes invalid, not just my confirmation. So yeah, even if this closed below, but like, you know, a wick decided to pop up a little bit, which is pretty much what happened, and then, you know, it continues down, that's just market movement. That's normal. That's expected. What would not be expected would be a higher high, like, which would make my idea invalid, and then start looking like we're going long. So I feel like my stop loss should have been here, and if I'm so damn confident on my ideas, I could have definitely at least went for London. Something like this, you know, you entered around here, you put this about here-ish, you know, you get to a 1 to 7 risk to reward. Closed below here, again, I could have probably re-entered more in the position here, and then moved this down a little bit, and then maybe even get a 3 to 1 at the end of the day. But I need to stop putting such a tight stop loss above my confirmation and start putting it above my idea. Even if I just get like a 1.5 or a 2 risk to reward or something smaller, that's fine. It's better than taking a stupid loss. And most likely, even in this case, if I had my stop loss set here, my take profit set here, it would have chopped up around here, went down, inverse this fair value gap. I would have re-entered more positions and then tightened this stop loss a bit, and it would have probably ended up being a 3 to 1 anyways. This happens too frequently, and it needs to change, because the main reason I'm losing is not because my idea is wrong. It's because price is just moving around a little bit. It hits my stop loss, but my idea is still correct. So it is aggravating, and I think it's something that I could easily fix. I just need to stop being so set on getting a 3 to 1 risk reward. It's just not that important. Being correct about the idea, executing it properly, and having a reasonable stop loss and safe margins is going to go a lot further for me than just making sure that I have a 3 to 1 trade. So yeah, I mean, of course, now that I see that it didn't close below, I kind of feel like an idiot, and the trade should have went here, in which case I could have definitely just kept it like this. But still, this is not the first time that something like this happens. It happens a lot, and I feel like, you know, if I have like a 5-minute fair value gap or something a lot larger, maybe like an order block, then I could put it like directly to the top of my confirmation. But something like a 1-minute tiny fair value gap like this, my stop loss shouldn't be this close to it. It just doesn't make sense. It definitely should be where the idea becomes invalid, and then the trade, the chart starts going upwards. It just doesn't make sense. I keep doing this. I need to stop. I'm keeping it to 10 o'clock. I'm keeping my risk where I want it to be, but I think this is a change that would help a lot. It would make maybe the growth go a little bit slower. I don't know. I really do like a 3 to 1. It feels good, but taking losses like this is really stupid. My idea is continuously correct. I shouldn't be taking this many losses. So I'm going to try to change it up a little bit, be a little bit more like pushed with my stop loss, and try to conserve my capital a little bit harder, and stop just going for 3 to 1 trades. I think it would help me out a lot. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. We'll try to make less mistakes. Alright, it's Wednesday. Yeah, I took another loss. Swept out all the liquidity to the downside in the morning. A bunch of low liquidity I had here, some high time frame ones as well. targeting, well, pretty much just like New York Open, but was hoping price would draw towards London and Asia highs. I waited for the inversal of the 5-minute fair value gap I had set after an inversal of a 1 minute as well, and a break above moving average. It started to go in my direction for a bit, and then it plummeted down. I had set my stop loss a bit lower like I discussed yesterday. Didn't fucking matter. So yeah, that's cool. I'm getting really sick and tired of recapping losses. It's getting annoying. It's getting quite annoying. But yeah, that's the trade today. Thursday. Yup. Holy shit. I can't believe it. I actually booked a win. No way. I know, it's hard to believe, but it happened. So yeah, wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow, the losing streak is finally over. Holy shit. Thank God for Fridays, I guess. Wow. Yeah, I mean, after 4 losses in a row, finally took a win. I think it was worse here. Oh, no, it was better here. Yeah, 4 losses in a row, and I finally took a win to end the week down $700, but you know what? You know what? You know what? That's what I'm talking about. You know, we're profitable. Okay, anyways, what happened was pretty simple. God, fucking shit. We made a bearish SMT with NASDAQ after NASDAQ swept out London high, and ES did not. Then these draws were a little bit further away on ES, so I wanted to kind of take advantage of that and take it on ES. Also, this draw is non-existent on NQ because this draw was an equal high. So yeah, overall it just looked a lot better on ES, and I mean either or kind of looks the same to me. Would have won either way. But I took it on ES now, mostly because of the bearish SMT here. So, what happened? I was about to lose my mind a couple minutes ago because on this main move down here, this was my 50%, and we made a 5-minute fair value gap right here, the small one. And yeah, we came here and then went back down. So I didn't want to enter. I want to stick to my rules. It didn't enter the 5-minute fair value gap, so I'm not going to enter. This trade was for the 3-to-1, which I was looking forward to because of how much fucking drawdown I'm in. It was a little bit more than 3-to-1. It was a pretty good trade. Yeah, some around here, you know, probably a little bit more. I would have made it around 3-to-1. So yeah. Now, because that didn't happen, I was really pissed. I was kind of hoping that we would get there before hitting this draw. Instead, what happened was we had a sharp move up, a 1-minute fair value gap was formed, then inversed, leading to another fair value gap, which we entered and closed below. So I entered about here for a 2-to-1 instead. Instead of keeping it super tight for a 3-to-1, I said, you know what, let's learn from my mistakes, put the draw up here, and take a 3-to-1. 2-to-1 instead. Which, I mean, here it didn't really matter, but you know what? At the end of the day, like, I'm happy I did it anyways, because if I go back to yesterday, I thought I was giving it enough leeway by putting it, like, my stop loss at the top of the candle, but if I had put it at the top of the wick and did a 2-to-1, it would have been a profitable trade. So once again, yesterday was another day where my idea was correct. My stop loss was too tight, which happened too frequently. Instead of putting it at the fair value gap, I put it up here at the candle closure, thinking that would be enough. It was not. So definitely at the top of the wick is what I'm more interested in. It seems like that would have been successful a million times over, but here we are. So yeah, that was yesterday, which sucked. That's why my video yesterday was a bit short. I was kind of pissed. I definitely could have continued to target Asia low, which was something that I was looking to definitely target as well. But man, I'm so sick and tired of taking losses. I just wanted a base hit. 2-to-1 was good enough for me. I was looking at this. Could have been like a good 5-to-1. It'll probably end up happening, but I'm so sick and tired of losing. So, you know what? I'll take a 2-to-1 and call it a day. Thank you very much. So yeah, overall, pretty good trade. I do wish that it went into the fair value gap. It came so close. It would have been a fair value gap as well as an equilibrium, so double confluence, which is always great. It just unfortunately came a little bit too short, but I made do with another trade that I spotted. Now that I'm watching this, I do still regret not taking this, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm being a pussy. So yeah, overall, great trade, a win. And today was actually, I bought 200k evals yesterday just because it's the last day that you can buy a Project X eval. And I really like the platform, so I wanted to be able to use it as much as possible. And I said, why not 100Ks? Because the activation fee is the same for a 50K and 100K, so it just makes a little bit more sense to have a bigger account size and then just trade it like if it's a 50K and just have access to a little extra drawdown instead. So I thought that was pretty beneficial. So yeah, I mean, sure, it's not a 3-to-1, but it's 2-to-1 4 times over, so I'll gladly take it. But yeah, overall, great trade. Followed my rules, kept my patience. Even if I didn't, it would have worked out, but you know, still very happy that I did. And then I adapted and found a different entry instead of just crashing out. So yeah, overall, very proud of my trade. Wish I was a little less of a pussy, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so overall, pretty damn good day, and I'm happy to end what is probably my worst week ever. 4 losses in a row I don't think has ever happened to me, so pretty happy that this week is done and dealt with, to be honest. And on to next week with 4 accounts, and hopefully we could do a little bit better, because this was really bad.